Sure, I can get a picture if you want. No, I didn't quite get it. There you go. So last thing we'll talk about here before we move on, you did mention this, the shovel. So this is our mucker from the Orphan Girl. Does it look a little different?
Yeah. Teeny.
Tiny. It's not diesel. It's pneumatic, compressed air powered, and it rode the rails. It's a hard wheeled mucker. So that's the fun part when you think about that operation. You'd have to blast, muck it out, build rails,
Oh crap.
blast, muck it out, build rails. Very
That
tedious.
didn't hold much.
No.
Wow.
And it would just scoop it into the ore cart behind it, getting its name, the Overshot Mucker. All right. We'll keep on moving. Watch your feet on the rails, guys, for this section's a little dug out. Watch your head on the rails and the chute as well. But as we walk by, I want you guys to look up and to the right. This is another type of stope. This one's got a silly name.
Is that from the original?
No.
This was built.
The chute was built, the stope is original though.
Okay, the stove, okay. This.
Yeah, so this was built to show you what a raise looked like. Why do we call it a raise? It goes up. It goes up. Most of our veins here in Butte are about 60 degrees to vertical. So, is it easier to mine up and have the rock come down, or to mine down and pull the rock up?
Yeah.
It is easier to go up, let the chute come down, or let the rock come down chutes, fill up your ore carts, just like the Grizzlies up top at the ore house. Stations in Butte or floors were every 100 to 200 feet apart. For the 100-foot stations, for reference, you could have these go 90 feet vertically, leaving you 10 feet of granite, and that was considered safe. Kind of a fun thing there. A lot of the mining done in Butte is what we call shrink stoping. Since the veins were near vertical, you would mine your material, and then it would come down, and you would actually stand on your material to go up. Your material became your step ladder. This is what happens when you don't maintain your drifts. Yep. And we're almost to the station. We've done kind of a U-turn down here. Once you get to about me, I would recommend stepping over to the other side. There's a lot more water on my side. I wear waterproof boots, but I would expect you guys to do the same. And then we'll keep coming in a little more. So, where's the Orphan Boy? Down that way. We actually connect to the Orphan Boy underground, showing you that mines can connect underground. And so a lot of their students will come help us with a lot of our smaller maintenance. And so with that, they got to have access. So rather than go all the way around, they just come through their mine. Before we go check out the station, I want you guys to 180. Turn around. This was a collapse that happened in the 30s. It is bolted all the way up to that fence line, so you are safe. But showing you kind of the job hazards here in the mines. Showing you that at any point, if that rock is unstable, it can come down. Once again, we were one of the safer mines. I think it was either 8 or 13 fatalities in 81 years of mine operation. My fun fact with that one is one of those miners passed away from a heart attack down in the mine. They counted that, and that made mine related, but silicosis didn't.
Oh.
Kind of a fun thing there. You might, if you look up, you might see some silver shiny stuff if they haven't removed all of it. If you do, that is more of that galena. You see it. Yep, there's more of it kind of in this area under here. Look. They estimate there's still about 10 years worth of silver in this mine. You know, this mine could have operated for another 10 years profitably. But once again, we closed mainly for legal issues. This is that new timber I was talking about. This is historically accurate except for one way. Vertically. The original timbers used to sit about yay high on me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that because I used to give tours up there. And so with that, we the head of the mining department's about 6'3". He loves giving tours, loves doing work down here. He asked if we could push him higher with the new timbers, so we gladly did. These are historically accurate, other than that height though. Especially look at the corners. You'll see no nails or bolts in those corners. Rock, or the earth, doesn't like voids or vacancies. So that rock will naturally creep, holding those timbers together, and they're puzzle pieced or dovetailed in the corner. Kind of neat there. Now, on the right-hand side is our old water tank room. This is an example of one of those bulkheads. There's a tool room back there. You'll see all the old timber. Yeah, oh yeah. You can even see by the timber.
Banding and timber, yeah.
You say this part's only 2 weeks old?
No. This is about a year old.
Oh, okay, because it's already got white stuff going on.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
no, this is about a year old now.
Okay.
Now I've got one rule for the shaft. So I'm gonna stand about right here. If you feel comfortable, I can have you guys come to about yay far, but because this is the actual shaft, it's a little unstable for your safety. Yeah. So this is the original shaft here. You can see all the old original timbers here. So 1925 shaft, 1925 shaft, 1936 shaft here on the right hand side. It's been capped off. And now we've installed our manway here, or this emergency ladder. Mines are required to what are called manways. Essentially a ladder if the cage ever isn't working. Half of our, I shouldn't say half, part of our manway is on the floor behind you guys. That original wooden ladder. That manway would have went all the way down 2,700 feet to the bottom
Oh
of
my
the mine.
gosh.
If that cage ever wasn't working, you could climb your way out. That is, once again, required for all mines. You gotta have an emergency exit. Well,
Wow.
if there's only one way in and one way out, it's gotta be right where that is too.
Wow.
So I always like to stop and kind of reflect here. We're at the 100-foot station. What's above us 100 feet?
Rock.
Rock, and what's on the surface at
The head
above us?
thing.
Probably the
Head frame, yes sir. And so we're 100 feet below the head frame right now. There is 2,600 more feet of mining beneath your feet and 16 more stations. I can see the water from here. We are flooded to 108 feet below the surface. Oh yeah, I got your hat. You're good.
Oh wow.
And so with that, the rest of it's flooded now, just like a lot of the mines in Butte, and that was the executive decision between ARCO and the EPA to shut those pumps off.
Because you always had to keep the pumps going to
To
take water?
Yep, because when you're below a water table, groundwater seepage is just gonna.
So is this the original ladder here that's behind it?
No, so when they were doing that work, you'll
Yeah,
see some
yeah.
new timbers. So they're reworking the shaft, that contracted company,
Yeah.
all the way up to that
All the way up,
65.
okay.
So, and they had to for this section here.
Yeah.
And so they had to clear out all this. We couldn't see the original rock face behind there. There was a whole bunch of debris back there. And
So the cars would come down through here.
yep, the cage would come through here. This has got rail on it. This was added.
Carts.
Uh-huh.
Ore cars.
The ore car would be taken right into the cage. Could go all the way up.
So this was the personnel side. And what side was that?
So ore
Personnel
carts
on
used to
both sides or just the ore cart?
both. So ore
Okay.
carts could go on either.
Either one, but they're working those together.
Right.
So bringing people down, ore carts go up to balance the
Right.
counterbalance.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You've got it. You've got it figured out. We've still got our original electricals over on that
I've
right
seen
hand
that.
side.
You can see the corrosion.
Oh yeah. I love pointing out ACM Co. Anaconda Copper
Yeah,
Mining
Anaconda.
Company is still there. They changed their names a few times throughout history. They originally started off as just the Anaconda Mining Company. Then they were part of the Amalgamated Copper Company, which I haven't talked about at all. And then they went to Chile, and the Chileans had a revolution and kicked the Anaconda Company out. They came back to the U.S., reformed, and became the Anaconda Copper Mining Company. And that lasted till about the 70s when they got
So
bought
did they
out.
fill these so that they're not, did they close these off, plug them?
Right now, no.
Oh, they're open.
No, like I said, I can see the water.
That's why
It's
you
still
said
open,
you
yeah.
can see the water.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they're not plugged off.
Yeah, that's the water just down
Oh,
there.
yeah, I see it. Yep,
So,
Wow.
yep.
Is that why it's so moist?
They just
So
plugged
moist.
up above.
mhm. And then that's why you also get that sulfur smell, because of the water.
Yeah, the water.
Now, that water is considered stock water quality. You could feed that to livestock. And it's like, wait a second, what about all that nasty water you were talking about, like the Berkeley and the
Yeah.
sulfuric acid? You're missing oxygen now.
Oh.
And fun thing with the water, so why hasn't Butte collapsed? turns out that water pressure holds a pseudo equilibrium. So that's also part of the worry is if we ever dewater,
Oh, crap.
all that force is partially holding everything up.
Wow.
So what is this power panel for in transformers?
So I have no idea what we're gonna do with that. That is new as of like a month ago.
Yeah, because I see they've got panels here and the square D, so, you know, panel right there. Distribution.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what we're planning on doing with that. That is all brand new to me.
Looks like you got 3-phase coming into this thing.
Yeah.
You know, 483 phase. Cool.
Oh yeah. So this is a great place for questions if you guys have any.
What were these used for, Jake?
The pipe?
No,
The hook thing is.
the hooks, because I've seen them before. They drive those into the post and hold, what do they hold?
I'm trying to think.
I would imagine they drove those in and hosing for,
Yep, that's
From
exactly
the
what it is. They're
hosing?
S hooks. Yep, that's
Okay.
exactly what they are. I
because
didn't think
I've
about
seen
that
it
one for a
down
second.
there too, and I thought that was what they used to.
Yep, that's old school steel S hooks basically.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to think about that one for a second. There's so much new stuff that gets moved down
Oh,
here.
gosh. I can't believe these beams, how big.
Inspection access.
Oh yeah, there's still a gap above there.
Slide, yeah, there's a gap.
And there will be for probably another 10 years or so.
So, yeah. So I can operate the switches on tram motors into code.
How
We
thick
used
is
to
the
have-
wood here that's not timber?
What was that?
How thick is this wood here that's not the timber?
It's just 2x4.
2x4.
They're just 2x4s up top. We used to have one of the electric trams down here when that replaced the mules, and it used to be operational. And then with all the maintenance we've been doing, we've had to kind of move some stuff around the museum yard. That was neat. If they're still there, I'll point out the batteries for them when we go back up. I think they're right behind the underground mine shed. It's neat. That 30s, 40s, that's what replaced the mules.
That's amazing. There's some old timbers in there. I got it. Pretty good size creature.
Yeah, just regular outlets. 120 volt outlets. Interesting.
So, all right, guys, we'll start heading back on up. I'll be right with you. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask on our way up. We're gonna go the same way out we came in.
You want to
It's
leave?
not another.
I'll be in the back.
Okay.
He wants to make sure we don't hide off in the side passage here.
Oh yeah, I've had it happen. I've had 2 people try to stay down here, and I'm like,
Oh, are you kidding me?
I went one.
What are they gonna do?
they thought it'd be fun to explore on their own.
Explore on, I was just gonna say, probably
Yeah.
to explore on.
If we were that, I would go with that yellow ladder.
I hope I never have to use that ladder. Yep.
I don't know why, but the colors are more noticeable on the way out than on the way in.
Yeah, I think it's just the angle of the rock face.
Okay, now. Down this way?
Kinda, so you'll kinda wanna go where my light is, kinda through the center there. With the least amount of water. Once you're through that, if you wanna use that handrail.
Over there. Yeah. There's one area that was a little tricky. Right here.
Yep.
Slippery going devil.
A little bit, decomposed granite.
Granite. Montana has so much granite.
We used to take our 4-wheelers back by our cabin we've got up by Homestead. There's an old granite quarry up there. And all the cabins that they built for themselves were made out of granite.
Oh, really?
They just took granite.
You want me to
slabs
open the
and
gate or?
You can if you want. Just when we get to the door, wait
Oh,
there.
I'll wait.
Extra credit if you crawl underneath it.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, just for safety, because if wind catches that door, it's a little heavy.
Well, I'm not gonna,
There's some people.
I'll wait for you.
Always happening.
No. No sign of dynamite.
I like to put a fuel cone down here.
Oh, yeah.
Do they deliver pizza this far?
You'd be lucky to have phone service down here.
What is that?
It's an emergency phone. That used to connect to our main office.
So June will come down and rescue us, is that what you're saying, Jason?
Uh-huh. I've had to have help once. I had an 85-year-old gentleman that was going through chemo and could barely walk, decided to take this tour, and I gave him the option. I said, hey, when I open that door, you can decide if you want to do this or not. And he's like, I'm going to do this. It took us an hour to get out.
So that was up on his bucket list, is that what?
Well, the thing is about this tour, you go downhill first, so it's easy. Then you got to go back uphill, and yeah.
Oh, so that was tough.
So I ended up having to call the gift shop to kind of basically walk him out because I had another tour to run in an hour, or well, like a half an hour.
I would have brought a wheelbarrow down here. Tell them to send the wheelbarrow. Push them
Not
up.
really ADA accessible either.
Yeah.
No, and we state that.
Yeah,
That's part of that waiver you guys fill out.
but he was determined.
Oh yeah.
It was funny.
My favorite is when we get to that gate down there. For some reason, that's when people get claustrophobic and decide they can't handle the tour.
Oh, really?
So I gotta walk them all the way back up here.
Yeah, you don't want to go further if they can't handle it.
Right.
So this is steep little hill right here.
Oh yeah.
Are we there yet?
Oh, the little drill bits. I like the little carrying case. You have to carry one of those because that granite, the quartz will eat up your steel bits.
Oh, I bet.
And so you have to carry that whole basket up. We might get some weather.
There we are.
That cold front's coming through. But it's supposed to stay up by Helena, not coming down.
Yeah, it's weird. We either get it or we don't.
Yeah.
There was a